We're doing men.
Oh, no, we've put together, I've put together a list of handsome male TV show protagonists, and we are gonna rank them in a bracket, challenge bracket. Lightning bolt, fire versus in the bracket, and we're gonna make them compete and see who is the most sensual lover out of.
There's more to pleasure than just physical intimacy.
Exactly.
About emotion and passion. There's that word.
It's not just about. Hold on, stand up. Okay,
we're not gonna be.
It's not just about the Ralph. Rip my shirt off. It's about brushing your hair behind your ear, kissing you, telling you everything's gonna be all right. Fuck, do we just go right into it? How do we start this?
Yeah, I think we should just go right into it.
Tony Soprano versus Dexter Morgan. I've never watched Dexter or The Sopranos.
I've only seen Dexter.
I put this list together, by the way. I knowingly put together a list of shows I haven't watched. Okay. I've seen enough YouTube shorts to know a lot about both of these characters. And what I've seen from Tony Soprano, I mean, he's gruff, he's angry, but he's like a lollipop, a Tootsie Pop. On the inside, he's got a soft, caring shell. And now Dexter, that motherfucker's kind of a sociopath.
Kind of.
Okay, well, I feel like the first thing to go here is like, oh, Tony Soprano obviously is not more sensual than Dexter, because Tony Soprano is like, wow, I'm Tony Soprano, I'm gonna kill you and throw your family into an ocean. But I don't know, I feel like Tony Soprano has more capacity for love. I feel like if you got him there, if you took his shirt off, you were touching on him, he's balding, right? If you were rubbing his bald head.
He's got a good crown going.
Saying, I'll kiss your finger. I'll kiss your finger.
You close your clothes.
You take off his shoes. Oh my god, imagine the stink. Holy crap. Sorry. Is it hot in here or is it just me? I don't know. I would say Tony Soprano.
I will disagree with you on this one. I think Dexter, while obviously a sociopath, I think it's because he's a sociopath. He knows how to be as sensual as someone wants. Even if it is
Whoa! Is sensual? Well, okay, well,
because he's acting like all of his emotions are fake.
We have to redefine the... Are we talking about like genuinely sensual, or are we accounting like fake sensuality?
If we're talking genuine sensualness, then Tony wins. No problem.
I know the perfect way to solve this.
Okay.
So we've unanimously decided that Dexter Morgan gets to move on to the next round, even if that's a ridiculous idea and it totally doesn't make sense, and the other guy was obviously the better choice, but hey, we both agreed.
I don't make the rules. Next, we dive into the world of monster hunters, but not just any. Sam and Dean Winchester.
Monster hunters and male models.
This is...
And I feel like the answer is obvious here. We both know the answer. Come on. Come on, dude.
Okay,
it is
wait.
obvious.
On 3, we'll.
It is so obvious.
We'll say it at the same time.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Sam wins. Okay, thank you. Yeah, no. Okay, Dean.
Dean's hot.
Okay, this is we have pull that video up. We have video evidence of them getting freaky with it. We know what both of them are like in the bed. Okay, Dean. He's nasty with it. His whole character is that he's got a certain.
He gets down. With
Yeah.
know?
But every time Sam comes on, it's the fuck are you doing?
Little snack break.
Drake and Josh. Boom. One of them's hot, the other one's not. And that's like the whole plot of the show. And they're brothers, I guess. I'm gonna say, I don't know. Okay, yeah, Drake is like a playboy, and that's like his whole thing. But also, I just feel like Josh kind of has like a chud vibe. Okay, Drake definitely isn't like anything to be like, oh, he's great at it. But if you got Josh in the bed, I feel like he'd be kind of like selfish about it. You know, he'd like.
You think Josh would be selfish?
He'd go, and then it's over. It's done. He's like, okay, get off of me. See, I feel like Drake, as playboy-ish as he is, I feel like he would ensure that the other person is having a good time. I don't think Josh would do the same.
Yeah, I could see that. I think Drake should move on.
Drake wins. Rick Grimes versus Daryl Dixon. I don't like Daryl. Like
What?
I really don't like Daryl. So I feel like I'm a little biased here, but I'll try to keep my mind open.
So why don't you like Daryl though?
This has nothing to do with the video, okay? But Daryl is a performative ass fucking man. He is so fucking performative. I'm Daryl and my heart's cold and frozen over and I have long hair. Like, he wants to be me so bad, for one. And also, I have long hair and I have a soft spot for little girls. Okay, let's think about it this way.
Yeah.
Dick Grimes. See what I did there? Dick Grimes, he woke up from a coma, found out his best friend cracking his wife, fucking putting it, and I know Shane has a bigger dick. I know he does. And I know Rick knows that. Because I've seen his penis and he's seen mine. So I know they've seen each other's penises. Okay? I know Shane has a bigger dick. And Rick moved past that because he loves Lori so much. Even though she's an annoying bitch. Even though I don't think she's actually that bad. I think she gets way too much hate. But still, she was an annoying cunt. Okay? Moved past the fact that his sexier, buffer, more masculine, bigger dicked friend was up in that shit. Oh, right? We're all up in there, stinky style. They were not taking showers. Stinky style. Okay, and he still came back and he still loved his wife. He still loved her, and then he made love to her that night. I didn't think he knew about it at that point.
No.
But still.
He still did it, though. It's
Now,
the thought that counts.
Daryl's a fucking virgin. Who has he ever had sex with in that show? Like, one person? Like, in season 8, I think? Season 9? I don't know, when he went off into the woods and was being like a little lonely, like, loser.
Gremlin just...
And I don't even remember, I hate everything after season 8, so I don't even remember. But he's a virgin. Oh God, and I just know it. I see it in my mind. If Daryl got in there, he'd be like, what am I supposed to be doing here? What am I supposed to be? Yeah, and he'd just get on top of her and just flop on her,
and then he would get in her ear and be like,
My point is, I think Rick Grimes is more sensual.
yeah. Two nerds. One is very stereotypical. Did I do that? And Sheldon Cooper, who's just autistic.
We have to make a very clear distinction here. Steve Urkel is a minor. Sheldon Cooper could be a minor, could be a grown man. I think
that's two different versions.
I think it would be fair to put minor Sheldon Cooper against minor Steve Urkel.
I don't like that. I don't like what you're doing.
But either way, we're going to have to deal with. We're going to get our hands dirty with a minor. Okay?
Don't say that.
We can either go all in on the minors, or try to pull back and be like, oh no, if it's only one minor, it's not that bad. I know shorts. I've watched Young Sheldon shorts. I don't know anything about Steve Urkel. I can only infer.
I know the Urkel dance, which I think earns him brownie points.
I don't know the Urkel dance. I have to look this up. I have to look this up.
This is Sonic. This man is Sonic.
Okay, maybe he has aura.
Dude, Steve Urkel's got it.
You know what? I think Steve Urkel has a monster cock in those fucking suspenders. I think he's packing like a nuke in there. I would give it to Steve Urkel.
I would too, like 100%.
Okay. These are two fucking people who do bad, illegal things. One of them, ganja.
Not quite.
He cooks crystal meth, like, come on, who hasn't done that? And the other one, he helps the guy who cooks crystal meth not get in trouble. It's Saul Goodman and Walter White. Clash! Fuck! Oh shit, I'm gonna die!
I think, off the bat, Saul Goodman.
Yeah. There is that one scene when they're in the bed, and she's just stroking his shit. He's just like reading a book. Yeah.
I think this is easy.
We got a special one for you here. I thought, okay, just humans? It's not very representative. So I brought two representatives from other species of creatures. We got Turtle Tuck, Stan James. You might not know who these two people are. I don't know who the fuck Turtle Tuck or Stan James was, but I bet you do know who they are. Turtle Tuck is the fucking turtle from Wonder Pets, and Stan James is the dog from Dog with a Blog.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense.
And they're...
Turtle Tuck, immediately.
Okay, but how old is Turtle Tuck?
Does it matter? How old is Steve Urkel?
Okay. Okay, but Turtle Tuck acts like he's a little minor.
But he's a turtle. That's what I'm thinking of. Turtle and dog. Think of a dog.
Dude, have you seen a turtle have sex?
Yeah. That's sensual as fuck. They get all up in that ear. And then a dog is just...
But you gotta think... It's not any dog. This is a sentient, conscious dog.
I don't think... He can't be... he physically can't be more sensual than just in and out penetration. There's no motion.
Okay, he knocks! He knocks.
Fuck.
When a turtle's done, it just collapses and dies. When the dog is done, it gets stuck in there, and it stays in there for hours. That's passion. Okay, fine, whatever. The turtle wins.
Chris Rock versus Jon Snow.
Okay, I didn't have. Okay, well, most of these are like parallels. Like Dexter and Tony Soprano are both like bad, evil guys. You know, Rick Grimes and Daryl, shit like that.
One's a real comedian. The other's a fictional.
Wait, no. Chris Rock from Everyone Hates Chris.
Oh,
the minor.
Right.
So
The minor.
little Chris Rock and Big Jon Snow.
I mean, it's still like Chris Rock though.
Do you think modern Chris Rock like goes back in the future and spiritually reaches out to his younger self and?
I mean, he kind of does in the show, actually.
Okay, see that's interesting. See, Jon Snow.
I don't know anything.
Also, Jon Snow has like no experience. Like he had sex like for the first time ever in that show, and then he did it again with his like sister or whatever. I didn't watch Game of Thrones.
I didn't either.
But you know, Chris Rock, he has the advantage of his older self watching over him, and I know Chris Rock. He gets his hands dirty. Okay, I would say Chris Rock.
I think Chris Rock for sure.
Dexter Morgan versus Drake Bell. Well, Dexter, obviously.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a competition.
Sam Winchester versus Rick Grimes.
Woo!
I think this is a good one.
I don't know. I want to say Sam, but I think I'm just saying that because Sam is really sexy. I'm not gay.
Let's take into account like the worlds they live in though. What requires you to be more sensual? A zombie apocalypse? Or just the real world with supernatural beings?
I feel like a zombie apocalypse doesn't give you a lot of room. To be
Right.
sensual.
You can't be loud.
You're in there. No, you gotta be alert for any like creepy crawlies that might come up on you. See, Sam isn't in constant danger like that. You know, he can enjoy.
He can keep the cult by him the entire
He can
time.
enjoy a night in the moonlight. I think Sam.
Yeah.
Steve Urkel versus Turtle Tuck. Now, I feel like these two have a lot in common.
Such as?
Oh, I just think Steve Urkel gives off a turtle vibe. I think he kind of acts like a turtle.
I could see that.
And Turtle Tuck gives off a Steve Urkel vibe.
I don't think he does.
See, these ones are hard because with Sam and Rick, we have reference points. We know what they've done, okay? And I've never watched Dexter, but we have reference points for Drake, right? But with Steve Urkel and Turtle Tuck, we can't pull the source material here. There's no Steve Urkel sex scene, unfortunately. Oh god, it's just the dance. It's that fucking dance, dude.
Dude, he's got so much aura though. Dude, the way he pulls her in and then she's like into it while they're going.
And the way he goes, pop out the pelvis. You know?
It's better than Elvis. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Imagine that's his phrase when he gets up in you. He's like,
It's better than Elvis.
I just feel like Steve Urkel is like kind of a superhero.
Saul Goodman versus Chris Rock.
Little Chris Rock with big Chris Rock's avatar.
Versus the lawyer.
Oh, okay. Well, come on. That one's not fair.
Exactly.
Obviously, the one with supernatural powers. He doesn't even fucking have powers. I don't know where this is coming from.
It came from you.
Yeah, Chris Rock.
Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're in the semifinals.
Fire! Fire! Lightning! Semi-finals! Earth comes from above! We have neighbors and really thin walls. Neighbors on all sides, by the way. We have a neighbor below us. We have a neighbor behind the camera. We have a neighbor that way. All sides.
Dexter versus Steve Urkel.
Dexter's sociopathic, manipulative aura versus Steve Urkel's genuine, saucy aura. Steve Urkel's sauce. See, I feel like this is a classic case of good versus evil, light versus dark. Who wins? Does the evil outshine the light, or does the light outshine the dark? The goodness of the light outshining the dark. And call me an optimist. Call me a little.
It's Steve Urkel. Sam versus Chris. You were already thinking Chris.
I was thinking Chris. Okay, well, hold on. If Chris has supernatural power, Sam kinda.
Sam is like the bane of that.
Yeah, he is. He's like
supernatural killer.
the water type to Chris's fire type, right? Because what if? Okay, let me paint a scenario for you. Chris. Okay, Sam gets in there, grabs Chris, boom, slams him on the table, and right, he's getting in there, right, and then Chris calls upon his like.
His stand.
The stand. I don't watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. But he calls upon his stand, and then Chris Rock's stand grabs Sam by the hair, whips him back, and starts fucking him. So it's Chris, Sam, and old Chris Rock, all right? But I feel like Sam, pulls out a crucifix. Here, Chris is gone, and now little Chris is all by himself.
I hate that.
I think Sam takes that one.
Yeah.
Here it is. One man, another man. One old, one young. Fire! Lightning! Clouds, oxygen, VS versus Steve versus Sam Winchester finals. I really don't want Steve Urkel to win.
It's Steve.
But I don't want Steve. I want. Come on, it's all these fucking people and fucking Steve Urkel? Seriously?
It's who you least expect. Always. He sneaks up on you. He gets right in your ear. That's the whole reason he's winning.
Whatever. Yeah, Steve Urkel wins. Well, I feel like there should be some apologies. It was a little funny.
Hypothetical, they're fictional characters.
Yes. Well, except for Chris Rock, he's a real person.
Yeah, but the character in the show is probably fake.
Well, no, we used actual Chris Rock as reference.
That's true.
Sorry, Chris Rock.
Or maybe not sorry. Maybe you're into that.
I hope you enjoyed, and I'm sorry we haven't posted in a long time. I was very sad.
It's been a harsh winter.
It was, and also something else happened, and I can't remember what it was. I had another excuse. I forgot it, but I had my reasons. For the 100 viewers who watch us, I know you guys are dedicated, loyal fans.
Yes, come back.
Have a splendid evening.
Bye.